Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. So what you're listening to here is two things. One, an announcement, and two, the intro to a raw contemplation audiobook of said announcement. So, first of all, said announcement is Fungi of Infinity. I know it says 2, but I think Fungi of Infinity sounds cooler. All about psychedelic mushrooms. What is it though? Mainly, it's a book. It will also be a course. It will also be an audiobook. And I hope to also make it an experience. And the way that I approach the actual meta perspective of the actual structure of the book, I think I might try and integrate the book with audio somehow, maybe as well. That would be quite interesting. But it's going to be not a linear book, I don't think. It's going to be more of a catalogue of all I know of psychedelic mushrooms. I've had so much experience. Now, I'm only 19. I've been doing them since I was 15. A lot. I don't know how many trips. 70, 80 plus. Crazy doses, 7 grams plus, more times than I can remember. And I've combined it with LSD and weed, but mainly I've only done mushrooms. I've barely touched LSD. So all of my psychedelic experience really is psilocybin, magic mushrooms, and I know a lot. But it's not just about the mushrooms. That's on the surface. It's about... I've written a lot of bullet points. It's about the history. It's about the cultures. It's about the cults, the ideologies, the dogma, the potential delusion, how to actually trip, warnings and dangers, the holistic bigger picture of spirituality, the ancient use of these medicines, their origins, their toxicity, the levels of doses, the actual content of the experience, awakening, no self, DMT entities and self-driven basketballs, sacred geometry. Insights about your life, your family, your true nature, your existential nature, reality, the nature of reality, hearing the teaching and then having it embodied in the actual experience. So I'll go over the bullet points in just a second. So that's it, there's a book. And I'll go over the bullet points in a second, but then also what you're listening to, if this is like a massive audiobook that you've found, as I say, it's going to be called like Raw Contemplations, like demo audiobook of Fungi of Infinity, or if I change the name, then we'll see. But this is basically, before I decided to get on this camera now, I went through, I've been trying to do this for like an hour, and I didn't want to just announce it, because it's all talk, but I actually believe I'm going to pursue it, and I thought, fuck it, I think maybe I want to get this out there, because I think I might as well. So before I actually got to making a video about announcing it, I was just making a voice recording. The voice recording was for myself, because I had this idea. I wrote down many bullet points, which we'll get to, and then I was like, I'm going to make a cup of tea. And while I was making a cup of tea, I thought I'll put audio and contemplate into a voice recorder so that I can refine the idea and jot some things down and then reflect on the audio. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make this public. And then I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll make it public. And then I kept trying, and now I'm here, and now I believe this is the video that I'm actually going to make. So this will be the intro, the audio of welcome to what this is, the context and the preface. And then as the months progress, as I do this book, I'm going to be taking voice notes and videos potentially for YouTube, but then a lot of the voice notes will be private. And then when the actual finished book is released, or maybe I'll release the Raw Contemplations before the physical book as well. when the actual book is released in the end, I'm then also going to release with it on the side this, what you're listening to now, or if you're not listening to this and you're just watching the announcement of the book, then in the top of the description and pinned at the top of the comment section, I will leave links and playlist and referrals and websites or whatever, and those links below will direct you to future videos and future content of speaking of how it evolved, and then there you can find the official Fungi of Infinity, and you will also be able to find like this thing that you're listening to here, which is like the raw contemplations and the journey of writing the book and ideas spontaneously as I'm going about my day. And I'll also show like the actual book and the raw contemplations that I done to making it, so it will be like a holistic approach to the whole book, and I hope to get a lot of value. So that's that. I'm definitely excited. I think I'm going to contemplate a lot through all of my days while I'm taking over at work, just be contemplating ideas, and I've had a lot of experience, like I say. So let's go over some of the bullet points. So again, the actual way I'm going to do the book is there's going to be a lot of visual content, for example with the sacred geometry, and then trying to depict some of the hallucinations, maybe with the HPPT, and there's so much stuff. So yeah, there's going to be, at the start, there's going to be like a catalogue with like numbers. It won't look like this probably, and you'll go in there and it will go right like where, and it will give the preface and the context, and it'll go, here is the sections, go to where you please, and it will probably be color coded as well on the corners or some shit. That will be cool. So like how to trip will be red, and then like this section will be red or some shit like that, and I'm going to try and make it like a bit more dimensional, cool, more of an experience than just like a linear book, because I struggle with them. I don't know, I don't read very much. But anyway, bullet points. So here's just some random things, and I might give a bit of a description of each one of them, and these all branch off and connect, and the psychedelic experience is infinity. So why I call it Fungi of Infinity is because that realm is infinite, and it's got a lot of tactics, things to know, entities you might meet, things that might happen. So here's some random bullet points anyway. How to trip on shrooms. There's so many techniques. Just off the top of my head, like ice therapy, cold showers, breath work, meditation, maybe even the ambience, changing up the scenery, set and setting, letting go, serenity, disciplining your hind mind, like your monkey brain, disassociating from your thoughts, who you're with, again, the set and setting, so like every dimension of your whole life, the vibratory states, what to expect, like how to trip is like, and then I'll be referring to loads of teachers that are just really good at this stuff and whatever. So, and then there's dangers and warnings. There is certainly many dangers and many valid warnings, so very deep on that. And then, so spirituality, the background of that, using them for spirituality, using them for personal development, belief systems, cults, history, groups, ideas, religions, and ideologies, like all of the stuff that surrounds the mushroom. There's many things like there are psychedelic people, and then I will be linking the psychedelic people and drawing quotes and the best thing that I can find to hodgepodge it into this. And also, one of the reasons I want to make this is because I'm scared of the internet. Like, I don't know, this is like, I know this is stupid, I just need to find out. I'm sure it's stupid, yeah. But I don't know, it's like I don't actually have it. It's like I'm pouring my life into something that can, if the internet's down, it just doesn't exist. And that's always in my mind. So like, I feel like it would be very good to write a book. Like there's much censorship these days, and I don't know if the sun is gonna do some like solar flare madness and then just turn off all of our shit. I don't know. But I've always had that side kind of like thing, so anyway, yeah, so there's my personal experience and trip reports, teachers, gurus, leads, public intellectuals. I'm very familiar with the whole landscape, really, and then even the spiritual teachers and that, and the mind manifest, so you can hear an experience and then embody it after the teaching, which is something that I need to make an actual video about as well. Common experiences, or what to expect. I've already taken dust mushrooms, I know what they do. I don't even know what they do, they're infinite. You ain't took them in the right, I don't know. Yeah, reflecting on people's views, like very known like public intellectuals like Andrew Tate and like some of the mainstream stigma, especially, yeah, stigma as well. Like there's so much stigma. That physical healing, like I've had 2 trip reports. I don't think I've spoke about like a physical mucus purge. That was very interesting, when my body got very heated and just threw loads of mucus out, which, as you can see, I'm suffering from quite a bit at the minute because, yeah. And then that's another thing, diet. I haven't written that down. Diet is very relevant. So, and then I had like a Wim Hof method, like fucking breath work, Kundalini vibratory healing thing in real time, and that was a bit of a surprise. I thought chakras were bullshit before that experience. I don't know anymore. I mean, they make you very open-minded. That's another thing that will come with it as well, open-mindedness. Breathing progresses the trip, and all about that, and singing, my experiences of those, common pitfalls and mistakes and ignorances, why trip, what are the physical and what are the mental benefits, psychedelic abuse, I know a lot about from my own experience and from observing many others, different approaches, different people's views, my views on their views, and different intellectuals who don't even directly necessarily speak on, like Alan Watts has a video, it's called like what to do on a bad LSD trip, but he's actually just on about raw spirituality with no psychedelics at all. I don't know if that was super relevant, I can't lie. But yeah, just different approaches and influences, perspectives. Yeah, so Jordan Peterson, Actualize.org, Your Mate Tom, Adeptus Psychonautica, Connor Murphy, myself, Mr. Traumatic, Inspector Veg. A lot of these people I actually have contact with. Well, maybe not a lot of them. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm definitely going to try and get a lot of people on podcast as well, like Connor Murphy. I've been trying to reach out. I got a video about him coming out very soon as well. I need to get to editing. So Connor Murphy is a very good one, and I'm sure eventually I'll get him on the podcast, and then we can reflect probably on the book, and I hope that those people pick it up and maybe they have something to say about it, and we can get into conversations. And it's really about bringing about a better understanding and a user's manual, maybe, as well. That I can put that on the front page. Psychedelic mushroom user's manual. Are they physically healthy? Are they nutritious? What about the neurogenesis and the brain scans? And I'll be showing you all pictures of stuff, cool. Terror trips versus bad trips. What's the difference? Are people educated on this? Language evolution, articulation evolution, and visual understanding, visual communication. And reflecting on just loads of ideas of other intellectuals and generating my own insights. So this is very fresh. I've only just really thought about pursuing this properly, but it resonated with me very deeply. And I feel to actually have a book there, and like I know the whole thing and I've read it over, and I'm actually proud, and I think the information is good and useful and I think that would be a good step for me, and then I can have something before I like get big and progress on the internet. Like, I already have a product, and maybe this is how I escape the fucking matrix. Because that's why I was journaling when this insight came to me, is because everything's waiting on me. I saw this TikTok reel before I started contemplating this stuff. It was like, what are you doing with your life, man? I thought you said you wanted to be one of the greatest, but you don't act like it, you don't work like it, you wake up late, you don't go to the gym. You don't want this shit, bro. And no one's gonna feel sorry for you when you don't get it. And there was another one that was like, what are you waiting for? The whole world is all waiting on you. You listening to this now. What the fuck are you waiting for? You know you can do it. You're just laying in bed watching me. Why? I mean, to be fair, there's nowhere to go. There's that. And I'll probably have a lot of this spiritual sort of shit in the book as well, because it's all connected. And yeah, that's it. Those are just the scraps. And now I'm gonna go on my way to Waitrose to get some fucking organic fruit and veg. And while I'm ticking about throughout my day, I'm gonna be contemplating. Oh yeah. And then I'm gonna make voice notes, and then after or whenever, I'm gonna publish them in like a compilation of all the voice notes and all of the compilations and all of the insights, all of the post-it notes, all of the ideas I jot down. I'm also gonna be contemplating and making some audiobooks and shit about. But the main product ultimately is gonna be based around a text. And if I make it into a course, it's going to be a script. Like, I'll make the actual book like an audio book, but I'm going to be making a text ultimately that is a guide, a very refined guide and information catalogue of all about the psychedelic experience. Fungi of Infinity. There you go. That's what I'm going to fucking do. Am I actually going to do it, or is it just going to all be talk? Well, who fucking knows. Anyway, that's the end of this video, or this segment. It depends if you're watching the video or the segment of the Contemplations audiobook at the beginning. And if you would like to do so, it's all of the links down below in the description. Check them out, and they will direct you to when this book actually exists, and a website, and where you can get it, and the whole shebang. So that's it, motherfuckers. Gratitude is key. Self-love. Everything's okay, everything's where it needs to be. Self-love is the only teaching, the highest teaching. Love yourself. Forgive yourself. Heal yourself. Nourish yourself. And if we all do this, we make a better world. Alright, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Time to smoke some cannabis.